Hey, Brandon here. I'm a channeler and intuitive. I facilitate energy healing and energy healing classes and things like that, things I love to do. And today I'm starting a new vlog. That's what this is. So I'm excited about this. I'm interested to see what comes through for you. Today's topic, the thing that I felt inspired to talk about, is being the difference. That's like a phrase that really came to me and hit me hard. What that is about is essentially being a bastion of something, being an example of something that pretty much causes other people to step into a higher possibility or lets them know that's available to them. So you could call this many different things, of course, but to give an example, I'm in a period of time in my life now where I can rest a lot, I can take care of myself really easily, and I have a lot of free time compared to times in the past with the way my business operates and things like that. And I'm dating someone, and at one point they came home and we were talking about things, and one of the things that's happened for me when I start having great things in my life is, for some reason, the word embarrassment is something that comes to me. I don't know if I would say I'm embarrassed, but I might have found myself worried about what people will think, or they're judging me because I have so much free time and I can be really well rested or do things that aren't work all the time per se, which I know some of you might be listening to this and getting jealous as well, and that's okay. That might be part of having great things in life, is people being envious, but it's not a bad thing, and we'll get to that. That's kind of part of what we're talking about today. And it might be tempting for some people to, and I don't recommend this, by the way, we're about to talk about that too, shut that down or, step that down in some way because of what people might think, people being envious, people attacking them, people not liking it or not liking them having it, etc. And what was interesting is the person I was dating, what they said was, well, no, I really appreciate in some ways that you are so well rested, even if, the person I'm dating works a lot or has a lot going on or a lot on their plate, and that you have freedom in your life, because what they said is that lets me know that that's a possibility for me. I can have that too, and there's a way to have that. That's what I mean by being the difference, is owning an example of something that lets other people know there's a higher possibility and they can have that too. Whether they choose it or move towards it or not, that's a whole other story, of course. And it's not your job to save people, fix people. I have flies on my hands, sorry. Not your job to save people, fix people, make that happen for people, unless you'd like to, and you'd like to be an instructor of something, or you'd like to create something that helps people get there, like a book, and that's a whole other story, of course, and that can be helpful too. However, even just owning your power in a way by allowing yourself to stand in the great things you have, whether it's a talent or you're a really amazing artist, for example, or you're really amazing at a skill, and not allowing yourself to step that down to people please, to appease others' jealousies or anything like that, because the other thing is they have a choice. They have a choice for what they do with their time, to create opportunities from themselves, to hone their talents and skills and what they're naturally gifted at or would love to do in the world. They have the capability to build something that gives them free time or that gives them what they'd like to have. So you're actually opening up opportunity for people through what they think is possible, what they're willing to have, etc., if they're willing to have it, through being that bastion of whatever you're standing for in that moment. So what I'm trying to say in some ways is, what possibility can you move towards or create? Hello, bumblebee. I think that was a bumblebee. What can you have, do, be that and what do you already have, perhaps, as well, is something to consider. That is an example of being the difference that creates higher possibilities in the world, and in a sense creates a better world. For if you are an example of abundance in the world and a bastion of abundance in the world, and you're really abundant, and a lot of different people see that and are inspired by that, and they choose to receive generate abundance for themselves as well, the right timing for them, with the maneuvers they make, then you're actually creating more abundance in the world. And the other thing we could talk about, which is just expands it more, is I think I heard someone named Lee Harris, who's a channeler that I like a lot of, if not all of his work, said, if you're someone who has peace and love in your heart and you come from a great place, even if you see a lot of people who aren't coming from that place, if you stay in that peace and love and keep coming from a good place, as I'm paraphrasing a little bit, then there's more of that in the world, the more of that peace, more of that love, and there's that example of it. And you could say there's being the difference, but I'm kind of taking that a little bit out of the context we had before, maybe. And if you choose to step into what everyone else is doing, which is not peace and love and not coming from a good place, then there is just less peace and love and coming from a good place in the world. So if you have abundance, this isn't the example my spirit guides actually would like me to use for this, so let me sit with them and see what they like to say instead. So pretty much what they're explaining, which might have been obvious by this point, is you being the bastion of whatever you're a bastion of, or having the great thing or abundance, skills, whatever, that's the world having more of that thing. It allows more people to have that. And if you just give it up because other people don't like it, then the world has less of that thing. For example, peace, joy, freedom. So allow yourself to be the difference. Allow yourself to be an example of possibility for others, and allow yourself to live your best possible life for you. Again, I'm not going in a direction that is probably what I'm being divinely guided to go in. So let me say it again. The way I'm getting to say it is be willing to be the example and be willing to be the difference through that, and allow yourself to have great things. That just means there's an example of people having great things in the world, and more people can have that and step into that potentially through, or maybe not through, but at least because of your example. So I hope that helped open up some possibilities for you. I hope that also helps maybe with some receiving for you, so you can receive the gifts you have and receive what the universe would like to give you and receive being a difference in the world. And there's a lot of different ways we could talk about this. We could talk about as above, so below. We could talk about a lot of different nuances. And of course, there are many other ways you could be a difference in the world. However, this is one way, and I hope this inspired or helped you in some way. So, and the other thing I could say actually is being willing to be a difference is, in a sense, owning your power in your world a bit as well, because then you're not people pleasing others because of what they think or judge or maybe even expect out of you, depending on the situation. Yeah, you're allowing yourself to be different and be the difference and create a different world through that, at least if other people will choose it. And at the end of the day, at least your world will be better, and that matters because it's your life. And wouldn't you like that to be as great as possible, regardless of what other people choose or do, and not be stuck in or by, not that you can be stuck in judgments, maybe other people's judgments, but not be stuck by other people's judgments or projections or jealousies. And I suppose in a way that could help you not be stuck by that if you're willing to be different, be the difference, and have greater, again, whether they choose it or not. So I think there might be one more thing that's for us to talk about here. Well, I kind of beat it to a pulp, so hope that helped. Hope that was enjoyable to listen to, and I am wishing greater for you and the world, okay?